Hello everybody and welcome back to my F1 2012 career mode. Today we have round 2 of season 2. It's the Malaysian Grand Prix. Last time out at Australia, it was our first 100% race distance race on this game, and it was looking really good up until the final 10 laps when we unfortunately slipped out of the points and finished, I think, in 13th place in the end. It shows that on 100% race distance, this game is really tough to score points, even in a midfield car like the Toro Rosso. So we're going to try better today. We're going to do better. We're going to get some points today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into this round. A quick look at the Drivers' Championship. It's exactly the same as the race finished in round 1. So Nico Rosberg leads the way for Mercedes, with Jensen Button in second and Kimi Räikkönen there in third place. We did not score any points, so we're not inside the top 10. In the Constructors' Championship, it is Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes leading Mercedes, this is weird to say, by 1 point, and Lotus is up there as well. Lotus have Renault power at this stage, don't they? So it's not going to be a 3 Mercedes in the top 3. It is Lotus in third, powered by Renault, followed by the Red Bull Renault, of course, in fourth place as well. 6 teams scoring points in the opening race of the season, and we sit in 7th place. We've been promoted to equal status with Daniel Ricciardo, so there is no number 1 driver now. It's just equal drivers. Race information for Kuala Lumpur. There is no rain on the radar. Objectives is to qualify 14th and race to 11th place. Let's hopefully go one better than that and score a point here. Going to do a test lap in practice before we go into qualifying. God, I love this track. Such a nice circuit. That's what I think, at least. Okay, and that's the end of practice. Straight on to qualifying. And welcome to qualifying for the Malaysian Grand Prix. So here we are. We need to 14th or above. That is the objective. First, we have to get through qualifying 1, and you would have seen my crash in practice, a very embarrassing one. We've not got much running in practice, so it all comes down to qualifying. I'm rounding the final corner on my first lap in qualifying. We're purple through the first 2 sectors. Is it enough to topple Kobayashi's provisional time at the top? No, it's not. It's 4th place. It's actually kind of miles off. We'll go for another lap. Ah, not good. And it slowed me down. It's the auto slow when you go off the race track on these Co-Masters games. It's really weird. 7 minutes to go in this session, and we're in the drop zone, unfortunately. Felipe Massa, Bruno Senna, 2 Brazilians right in front of me. Very close as well. And I was 3/10 up on that last lap, so we can definitely go quicker. It's the front nut. Oh, that's a huge crash! And off he goes, Kimi Räikkönen out of the session. It's the moment of truth. Have I done enough on this lap to break inside the top 17? Up towards the line we go. And it is just enough. It's 17th place. I should do a Nigel Mansell, role play now. Well, I went for another lap and it was quite messy. I doubt it's going to be an improvement. It's slower than my previous. Not good. We just make it through to Q2 at the expense of Felipe Massa in the Ferrari. Both Force Indies out, both Marussias, and of course both HRTs at the back there. But we're not really showing much promise of pace, are we? With that lap, maybe we can find another few tenths in Q2. Only 1 new set of tyres. So I'll do my first run on the used set. Right, this will be a banker lap on the worn tyres, but I'll give it my best shot. As far as banker laps go, that was pretty strong. I don't think I even made a single mistake. Across the line we go. It's 38.4. That's better than my lap in Q1, and it's ahead of Ricciardo right now. How have I gone last then? That means Ricciardo must have put in a back-to-back lap. How's that happened? The new set of tyres are going on now. We need to find, I'd say, at least half a second improvement. Good lap. Good lap so far. And it felt like a much improved lap. There's overcast conditions on the circuit now. Maybe rain threatening to hit. It's a 38.1, which is much better. Puts me 13th place. I'm not going quicker than that. 13th place. We meet the objective. We're not quite fast enough to get through to Q3. I don't think that was really possible with the car today. But we are ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, which is good. We're ahead of both Caterhams. We're ahead of a Williams. Just one of them, Bruno Senna. Maldonado does squeeze through. And the Saubers, who, of course, not as good as last year, both out in Q2. Yes, we love you early. Yeah, get in there, son. It's race day here at Malaysia. Overcast conditions, maybe rain in the air. We'll have to find out. There is a 15% chance of rain, so potentially we'll see that at some point in this race. Let's have a look at the starting grid, shall we? In first place, it is Sebastian Vettel with his teammate Mark Webber alongside him. It's an all Red Bull front row of the grid. Michael Schumacher, who didn't quite live up to expectations in Australia, starts from 3rd ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Grosjean and Rosberg, the championship leader, of course, on row 3. Then it's Alonso, Räikkönen, for some reason, even though he crashed in Q1. Button and Pastor Maldonado rounding out the top 10. Well, if it does stay dry, it's going to be a two-stop strategy. 56-lap race, starting on the option tyres, going to lap 17 for another set of the options, and then switching over to the primes on lap 34. Let's get into this race. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2012 Malaysian Grand Prix is next. It's a long run down to turn 1. Let's see what we can do as the 5 lights are on, and we are underway here in Malaysia. And already jumping up to 2nd gear, 3rd gear and 4th, and chasing the Sauber of Kobayashi down towards turn 1. I'm dumping all the curves I possibly can to stay close to him as we slam on the brakes for this very tight and slow right-hander. It's a snail-like corner, just like China turn 1, almost. Now we switch back over to the left as I get a massive lock of oversteer. I'm making up positions, though. I'm already inside the top 10. I've not really been paying attention, but I'm clearly making the moves up. Both McLarens in front of me now, both almost making contact. That's Hamilton off the track. Button looking to defend the inside line into turn 4. Is there any space for me to squeeze around the outside of the British driver? Brilliant action, and I'm up to 7th place. What a start. I'm too good. I'm too good at starting. Oh, everybody's lifting off. Okay, into turn 7 we go up the inside of Rosberg. And that's the championship leader, of course. And, of course, the reigning world champion, Fernando Alonso, directly in front of me now. I'm making up moves in this race. There's a yellow flag down at turn 9. Somebody's not moving. We've still got 24 runners in the race, though. We approach the end of lap 1. Jeff is expecting a dry race. But we saw there was a 15% chance of rain. Oh, it's a massive lock-up into turn 1. Rosberg, I don't think is close enough to capitalise on it. And I go wide through turn 2 as well. I'm feeling the pressure already. Lap 3, DRS is enabled. I've already lost the back of the cars ahead of me by quite a distance. Alonso's just gone round the outside of, I believe that's Mark Webber, through turn 2. Can't quite make it stick, though. But the Spaniard's looking racy today in a car that is clearly not much better than upper midfield. I'm feeling pretty quick right now, definitely. Towards the end of lap 4 now, I'm putting pressure on these guys ahead because they keep battling each other. Very strange right now. Maldonado is lapping 2 seconds a lap quicker than the front runners, somehow. Fernando's just remembered that he's actually in a midfield car now. So suddenly he's slowing up. I might actually have a chance here. Grosjean defending from Alonso. Alonso braking too early. And there's space on the inside for me to dive my car up there on both drivers. I think we did this on Grosjean last race as well. And we have the outside line for turn 2. And we've taken the place up to 4th. Alonso got past Grosjean as well. And now he's going to re-overtake me. There goes the Spaniard into turn 1 to take the place. I'm down to 5th. I feel at this stage of this race, compared to Australia, we're in a much stronger position. So points might still be a possibility. Look how we're gaining down the straight with DRS on Alonso as well. Oh, Alonso, what are you doing, mate? That's not how you take a corner. Suddenly he's forgotten how to drive. Hello, my name is Fernando. I'm 13 and I'm a go-kart driver, he says. Oh, there's a wing there. I think that's a Mercedes wing. Oh, no, it's not. It's a Force India. Hulkenberg. He's run out of talent and I think he's out the race. It's lap 10, and I do have an almighty train behind me, but nobody's getting close enough to make a dive or an overtake, so I'm kind of sitting pretty in 4th place. And there's Alonso to the outside he goes with DRS. He makes the move up yet again. Webber now in the lead of this one, so he's overtaken his teammate Sebastian Vettel. Alonso's so slow at turn 4 yet again. This time we picked the outside line to make the place back up on him. I think there's been an incident behind involving maybe Alonso and Raikkonen, and Perez has got past them both. But I've got a nice healthy 2-second gap back to 5th place. Perez, yeah, he's carrying a bit of damage on that front left part of his front wing. And here goes Sergio Perez. Easy move for him to make. I'm down once again to 5th place. I think we're boxing next lap. It's lap 17 and we're boxing at the end of this one. What is going on here? What is this? Absolute mess up ahead. We'll go to the outside, then maybe to the inside. Trying to catch up with Perez. Maybe dive him into the second to last corner. I hope he sees me there. He's turned in anyway. Contact between me and the Mexican of Perez. He's thrown his hand in the air to say, James Early, what are you doing? And I'll say in return, Sergio Perez, what are you doing? On the run down to the final corner now. We're side by side. It'll be later on the brakes. I'm diving into the pits anyway. And through I go into the pit lane, following Michael Schumacher in, who's only a few seconds ahead of me now. Perez did manage to make it in, so we box from 4th place. And we're going to rejoin here, down in 8th place, so still solidly in the points. So we're very happy with that. Well, excuse me, can't park there, mate. Okay, Rosberg and Vettel having a bit too much fun on the exit of turn 15. And we're up to 6th place. What have I just seen there? What was that? And we have more drivers into the pits, including my teammate. We're straight back up into 4th place. With 2 drivers who were ahead of me before the pit stops out of the race as well. Could we dare dream of a podium today? I think we're in a net podium. Yeah, Bruno Senna's in 3rd right now. He's yet to stop. And we're definitely gaining on Bruno Senna, who's yet to stop in this race. I'm feeling a dive into the turn 9 hairpin here. To the inside we go, avoiding locking up the brakes. And we've made the... Senna, why have you hit me? Senna's crashed into me on the exit. He was that furious I overtook him for 3rd place position. He's just decided to rear end my car. And this is the battle for the podium. Perez has closed up after the pit stops. He had a slightly longer stop, of course. He was repairing the damage on the front wing. It's probably personal between me and him after the contact we had around the penultimate corner those number of laps ago. And he's got a great run here and through he goes. No stopping that. The help of DRS, of course, on the Sauber. He's up into the podium places. I am down to 4th. And I'm going to lose another position now. There's Felipe Massa going through. Kimi Räikkönen, what overspeed he's got in the Lotus to make it 2 overtakes in a single straight on poor old James Early. Might be 3 in a second. It's Daniel Ricciardo. Where's he come from? Daniel Ricciardo, my Australian teammate, round the outside of turn 2, and there's contact. Did he not see me there? Calm him down, boys. Why is everybody so quick now at this stage of the race? And unfortunately, we're going to lose a position to my teammate Daniel Ricciardo, and I'm down to 7th. What has happened to the pace in this second stint? And we're going to be relegated yet another position. There goes Grosjean, and I'm going to be unlapped. Well, somebody's trying to get a lap back. Who's that? Kobayashi. I'm out of DRS range. We've gone past half race distance now. Alonso's going to be the next driver to relegate me yet another place in this one. There is, however, action in the pits, so I lost the position and gained one again, remaining in 8th place. Sandwiched between the 2 Ferraris right now. We've got Felipe Massa behind me as we are boxing at the end of this next lap for the prime tyres. Massa's going to make short work of me here. There he goes. The Brazilian up another position, and I'm down to 9th. Button might make it 10th place soon. We box from 9th place. And regrettably, I think we're going to rejoin outside the points, but from 9th place, we box for the second and final time in this race. And we rejoin in 12th place. Oh, dearie me. My teammate's in the pits, but he's going to be miles ahead of me when he rejoins. He's almost a pit stop ahead of me. Kovalainen, how quick is he? How slow am I, more importantly? At least in Australia, we were still in the points with like 10 laps to go. Back up to 11th then, through the pit stops. Maldonado's been in. But it's not looking good for me right now. Not looking good at all. Oh, that distracted me big time. But we're up to 10th place. Something's happened. Maybe somebody onto the pits. But for now, I've been rear... Why? Why? Why have you hit me? Anyway, we're up to 10th place. When Maldonado gets to the back of my car, I am defending with my life, okay? If I have to make 2 moves under braking or in a straight line or whatever, I'll do it. No, and there goes Maldonado to the outside. This is for the final points position. I have to attack him back into turn 1. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it. That's so deep. But we got the car slowed down. He'll try to switch back into turn 2, but we hold the position ahead. We're up to 9th place. Somebody's out the race. Even better. Oh, he's lost his front wing. Maldonado hit me. I didn't even notice. I was so excited about moving up another position. Maldonado must have been equally as excited, and he's rear-ended me. Too hungry on the throttle. Senna's got to run. I'm going to block him. Of course I'm going to block him. I've got to run on the race leader, Mark Webber. Too bad I'm a lap down. Means we've got 11 laps to go in this race. Massive defense coming up then. As Senna looking to the outside. I can't stop that. I can't stop it. I'm going to dump the Kers. Am I even going to be close enough to make a lunge into turn 1? I'm going to have to try. I'm going to have to try. So close to the Williams. He's left me the space. I've scared him out of turning into the apex of the corner. Around the outside of turn 2. I've successfully held on to the place. I think there is a little bit of rain on my screen right now with 10 laps to go. The rain is starting to fall here. We knew there was a 15% chance going into this Grand Prix that we would actually see some. And there's also carbon fibre, a lot of carbon fibre at the turn 9 hairpin. And now Senna to the inside of the final corner. It's a very rare move for the AI if they were to make that, and he's backed out of it. But this is getting very hard to defend against. I'm sandwiched between the Brazilians. Massa in front, Senna behind. And here goes the Williams. He's closing fast. I'll defend that inside. He picks the outside. Oh my god, he was swerving in a straight line, trying to choose which angle to attack from. I've outbroke him into turn 1 to hold on to that place We start yet another lap. Whoa, big snap of oversteer on the exit of the final corner. And there goes Bruno Senna to the outside. And he makes the move up yet again. And this time he's even further ahead before we slam on the brakes into turn 1. Can I do anything about this one? Maybe I'll have to pick the outside line. Oh, he's a bit too far ahead. Right, I'm thinking about a dive to the inside of turn 4. No, can't quite make it stick. And Senna has actually achieved an overtake. And it's going to stick. He's going to stay there. I'm down to 10th. No! We have hit a bollard. We've lost our front wing. And we must now pit. I'll bring the car into the pits from 10th place. We're going to fall outside the points. And now, early on the verge of tears, rejoins side by side with the HRT into turn 1. We're 11th place. We're outside the points. So we're into the final 5 laps. Hamilton, a 38.8 fastest lap. My fastest is a 41.3 right now. Put it up to Rich Mix for the final lap. Mark Webber, the Australian, the 3-time world champion on F1 2010, opens his account for the season. He's the victor here at the Malaysian Grand Prix. As we round the final corner for the final time, it is a painful race. What could have been? We were in the podium places at the halfway point, but in the end, we finish in 11th place. Mark Webber wins here. Brilliant victory from Webber, who is showing his class once again. Michael Schumacher in 2nd place, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the podium, albeit 1 whole minute off the race lead. Sergio Perez slipped out the podium places towards the end. He finishes in 4th, ahead of Button. Daniel Ricciardo up in 6th. The Australian driver staking his claim for the Red Bull seat. Of course, it'll be between him or his Toro Rosso teammate James Early, I'm sure. Romain Grosjean in the points, followed by Massa, Senna and Lewis Hamilton. James Early's late mistake cost him a potential points finish. He finishes still ahead of Pastor Maldonado, Kobayashi, De Resta, Glock, Petrov, Peak, Kovalainen, Della Rosa, and Narain Karthikeyan 3 laps down. There's 4 retirements. Alonso and Rosberg and Vettel. Well, it was Rosberg and Vettel, wasn't it, that had that weird incident on the second to last corner. And Nico Hulkenberg, 24th place. The Drivers' Championship looks like this. Mark Webber takes the lead in the Drivers. Kimi Raikkonen up to 2nd, and Button raises his game to 3rd place. Rosberg has slipped all the way down to 4th after his retirement today, with his teammate Michael Schumacher hot on his heels in 5th place. Ricciardo up inside the top 10 ahead of both Ferraris. And I am all the way down in 14th place, already getting demolished by my teammate. Mercedes lead the way in the Constructors' Championship ahead of Lotus. McLaren have slipped all the way down to 3rd. And it's Red Bull, Sauber, Toro Rosso up to 6th with their first point scoring finish of the season, ahead of Ferrari and Williams. Thank you ever so much for watching that episode. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Alright, I think it's the Bahrain Grand Prix or the Chinese Grand Prix. One or the other. See you then. Goodbye.